Thank you guys for coming to the Homeless Diaries. We are introducing Takima Bowers. Hi, Takima.
Hello.
Hey, chill. It's Tiggy. Turn it. I told y'all I was coming. Thought I was playing, huh? Hey, I said one day I be on, one day I be good. One day make it out the hood and hope I'm living good. I said one day I be on, one day I be good. One day make it out the hood and hope I'm living good. I said one day I be on, one day I be good. One day make it out the hood and hope I'm living good. I said one day I be on, one day I be good. One day make it out the hood. Now have you ever had a dream? You make it out the hood. Hey, chill. It's Tiggy. Turn it. I told y'all I was coming. Thought I was playing, huh? Hey, I said one day I be on, one day I be good. One day make it out the hood and hope I'm living good. I said one day I be on, one day I be good. One day make it out the hood and hope I'm living good.
Welcome. This is Erica Mosley, the Homeless Diary. And on the Homeless Diary, every page is designed to problem solve and bridge the gap in the community. I gather thoughts and ideas and real life challenges from the community to help people who are experiencing homelessness, low-income individuals, and organizations who serve them. Now, I experienced homelessness in the past with my drug abuse father across America, and now I'm a community developer, author of Chapter the Homeless Hustle, and of the producer of this show, The Homeless Diary. Now, COVID-19 is our latest concern around the world, and we have to stay together. I'm going to introduce you. Tell me about yourself.
Well, of course, I am from South Carolina. I am a model actress. I'm an entrepreneur. I help people with insurance, and that's regarding life insurance. I help people with health insurance, and I don't consider myself a salesperson. I like to consider myself an educator in how important it is to be able to leave a legacy for your family. In the event the inevitable happens.
Wonderful. Now, first I wanted to start off by saying that, not everyone has the privilege, to stay in place or, have safety with financial security. We just want to check in with ourselves and, want to thank the healthcare workers and the grocery workers, as well as the transit and all the essential workers, and for people like yourself, because, insurance workers are the frontline workers as well. And you have to deal with, difficult questions. And are you still going out and about to sell insurance?
Or how I normally have my setup, I would sit down and I would do face-to-face applications, face-to-face interactions. But since all of this is going on with the COVID-19, we have been quarantined or told to practice social distancing. So I do a lot of my marketing via online. I do a lot of stuff over the phone now for, health's sake.
Right. Oh, that's wonderful. So that's good. And, we all learning together. So there's no right or wrong answer. And, it's someone out here that's basically stuck and, probably, trying to figure out their next move. And I always wanted to get in, in insurance. Now, we all have to be grateful. Now, what are you grateful for around this time? I know that, it's kind of depressing, being in the house, 24/7, just going out to get our basic needs. But if you can just close your eyes and just think, what would you be grateful for?
I mean, gosh, I have so many things to be, grateful for. I know a lot of people, they've been complaining about not being able to go out and having to stay in the home, but I've actually enjoyed this time being inside the home. But like I said, I have so many things to be grateful for. I mean, first and foremost, I'm grateful for the gift of life, because when I think about, the people who may be laying up in a hospital bed right now, yet I'm sitting here with my health and strength. There's someone who didn't wake up this morning, who lost a family member to COVID-19 or whatever the case may be. I'm grateful for being able to hug my little 7-year-old and kiss him. I'm grateful to be able to, just be able to have a place to go home to. Those are some of the things that, I'm very grateful for, because I may not have everything that I want, but, God has provided everything that I need.
Exactly. And you see that, ladies and gentlemen, you still can be grateful during this time. It's not the time to be depressed. It's just basically, I take 2 minutes out my day and just close my eyes and just say, thank you, Lord, for, allowing me to still be here during the COVID-19, because that means that, I have to serve his purpose during this time. So I'm grateful to open my eyes to continue to serve his purpose. And that's beautiful. I love that you said you can be able to still kiss your kids even more now.
Yeah.
Because there's parents out here, that's very frustrated, and they need to be grateful that you have more time, to deal with your kids. So I definitely love what you're saying. Now, if you could pick 3 people that you can check up on. Do you check on people now these days?
Oh, yes. I check up on my sisters every day. I check up on my mom every day. I try to check up on my clients. I have so many clients, I haven't been able to check up on all of them, but from time to time I'll go through a little list and I'll call and I'll check in, hey, how you doing? Are you staying safe? That sort of thing. So
Yeah, because it's I'm not gonna lie, it's hard, to for me personally to check up on, people, because you basically at this time you're dealing with yourself.
yes.
You're dealing with your own emotions, and you're dealing with, right now, and you're also dealing with the future too as well. But it's also about not being selfish, right?
Exactly.
So this is another form of, just like checking up on each other and not being selfish, because you never know what someone is doing in these houses and being stressed out. Now, we were talking on the phone just the other day, right? And we were talking about normal things that we used to doing, going shopping with our kids, or just doing our makeup and nails and stuff like that. What expectation of normal are you letting go?
Gosh, I mean, I constantly have to remind myself that we're not living in a normal day and age anymore. I mean, and it's okay, not to have my hair done, not to have my nails done, not to return a few emails. It's okay that my son didn't get to complete an assignment today and all he did was watch Netflix. I mean, you just have to be okay with that, because we put so much pressure on ourselves and it stresses us out. We have to know it's okay.
Yes,
Just
I love
one
that.
day at a time.
It's okay that you didn't respond back to all the emails. It's
Yeah,
okay that you didn't get all your work done from 8 to 5, quote unquote.
exactly.
It's okay that you didn't, complete a project in this 1 month of the
Right.
right.
You
So
didn't get everything done on your to-do list, but it's okay.
it's okay, but you still have to work forward, to
Yep,
something at least. I love
exactly.
that, and you even put me on the ease with that. Like it's okay. Just relax and calm down, and that's why I like to talk to people like you now. The next question I have is about the COVID-19. Everyone talks about the COVID-19, and we just want to COVID-19 each other to death. But
Yes.
this is our new norm, right? So,
Yes.
is there any specific state level safety requirements that regulate to COVID-19?
Well, I know, of course, the social distancing is one of them. They advise everyone to practice social distancing, not to have large groups. no more than 3 to 10 people, that sort of thing, to help kind of help deviate from the spread of the virus. So that's pretty much it.
So we were talking about on the phone how, Atlanta is basically, opening up like nail shops and, hair salons. And what else did they say? That's
tattoo parlor,
yeah,
stuff like restaurant. I think even some of the restaurants are being opened back up as well.
How do you feel, as a model about that? I mean, yay, get my nails done, yay.
Well, I personally, I don't think it's a wise decision to open those non-essential businesses back up. I think it really has everything to do with money and the failing economy in the midst of everything else that's going on. It's not safe. You have more and more cases of the virus being identified, on a day-to-day basis. People are losing their family members, people are losing their lives. And, I think about, okay, so you open these businesses up, but what happens to the employees who don't feel comfortable going back to work right now, who might be worried?
Nobody thought about them.
Yeah, that they can contract it and they come home and give it to their kids, their husbands, their spouse, whoever, and they're being exposed. And are they going to be penalized? I mean, I get it. We all want to go back to that sense of normalcy. We want to go back to work. We want to go back to getting our nails done, our feet done. I want to get back on the runway. I want to get in front of the camera. But is it worth the health and the safety? It's really not worth it.
Right. And it's just that's just a hard topic, I heard someone say, because I have sister locks, and I heard someone say, but we have to retighten our hair, but we have to do this and we have to do that. But I think we have to sit down and have these real conversations that no,
yes.
We don't have to do it.
We don't have to do it. No.
And for the people in the back, one more time. Should we sit down and worry about our health, or should we sit down and worry about our beauty?
Right. Sit down. What is more important to you? Sit down.
Yes, you guys heard that. Yes. So I love just talking about real conversations, and and right now you wearing a different hat, right? You wear different hats.
Yes.
Right now you're a mother, and now you're a school teacher.
Yes.
And you're located in South Carolina, correct?
Yes, correct. Mm-hmm.
So how long is the kids out of school right now, and how are you maintaining that life?
As of right now, the school year is pretty much ended. There will be no school until the next school term, possibly August, September, during the fall. And you're right. Yeah, I'm definitely wearing a hat of a teacher right now. I've gained so much respect for teachers. It's definitely challenging to try to maintain a household in the midst of everything else, balancing the role of being a mom, balancing the role of being a teacher. I am not going to lie. It's very stressful. It's very challenging. Instead of me waking up to get my 7-year-old ready for school, drop him off and go about my day, I'm waking him up to do schoolwork, to teach him math, English, science, that sort of thing. So yeah.
So the question is, how old is your son?
He's 7.
Okay, so are the schoolwork online, or is it in a package?
Well, we have packets, and I mean, the first packet was cool. But the second packet, when they extended the whole quarantine social distancing thing, oh my God, the packet was up to here. We're just about finished now, but yeah, different packets of pretty much paperwork.
And then if you notice that the schoolwork is different from what we learned.
Very different. I'm like, wait a minute, this is like advanced for a 7-year-old. Like, I feel like. But,
right.
But it's
the math.
Yeah, the math, exactly. I think the expectations are a little bit higher now. But
right. So it's just like we're teaching, and then for the math, you have to explain how you got the answer. And we didn't do that when we were kids. So we don't want to give them the wrong answer and have them fail. So it's real challenging.
It's like
Especially
we're learning all over again as well.
right. So not only you're learning how to be a teacher, you're learning the schoolwork, and then you're not only that, you're learning your child too as well. Because I remember what you mentioned earlier as well about the school teacher. Can you touch upon about how appreciative you are about the school teacher?
I mean, I have a new level of respect because I have one child, but think about them having to manage a group of 10, 15 students, at one time. And to be able to reach them, every child is different. Every child doesn't learn the same. So being able to have creative ways on how to reach this child or that child, it's a lot. So I definitely commend them. These teachers, they need a raise. They're very underpaid, So I really, really, really have I've always respected them, but I have a new level of having to see what they deal with.
Right. And see, my child is in the 5th grade. And right now, that's important because you graduate and you go to the 6th grade. So now everything is, here online. And luckily, I did some classes online. So I know how to maneuverate online system, but I feel like if I didn't know how to, go to school online, I wouldn't know how to help my child in a different, level. So it's scary and it's challenging for someone that has that's like 60 years old and might have a younger child. They don't even know the computers, and was grateful for school. And now it's like because I'm not gonna lie, as far as the students being proficient in the areas of learning, it's only about like 5 or 6 of them.
Wow.
Online, you know what I mean? I believe it's because they don't have the computer, they don't have the resources. And I talked to my friend in Florida. She only has 1 computer for 5 kids.
Wow.
So how are you going to teach your kids? Like you said, you get up at 7 o'clock in the morning. What you gonna do? Get up at 5? You get on the computer for an hour. You get on the computer for an hour. Like that's real. The computer's gonna be hot by 10 o'clock.
Yes, you can only do so much. And
saving and copy and paste. You can only do so much with 1 computer. So it's just, I feel like this is a new humble aspect for all of us.
Definitely.
And it's needed.
Yep.
Now, the next question I'm going to ask you is, can you, now you said that you were dealing with insurance, correct?
Yes.
Can you tell me about the importance of the life insurance, especially during like the COVID-19?
Yes. I know a lot of folks, they get a little weird when they talk about death or dying, when they talk about life insurance, but it is inevitable. We all are going to leave here at some point in time. Hopefully it's no time soon, but you want to try to prepare it, especially in the midst of a pandemic, because God forbid you get the COVID-19, say you survive and you don't have any coverage in place, and then now you go to get life insurance, and now you're being rated because you had a virus, or you're being declined because you had a virus. Now is the time to get it when you're healthy. So God forbid if anything happens, if you get sick, you still have that policy in place. They still have to pay out, even if you pass away from a pandemic illness like the coronavirus. So it's super duper important to get life insurance now, because it could cause some serious consequences in terms of your approval, if God forbid you're sick or anything like that.
Wow, because basically what you're saying is, because when we start to get life insurance, they're going to ask you, did you get sick from coronavirus? Oh, wow. And
now, whereas before, that question wasn't even on the application.
Wow. So if you have, gotten sick by coronavirus, your insurance rate will go higher. Oh, wow.
They ask, have you traveled? Have you been in contact with anyone with the coronavirus? Anything like that, they ask you now. So, yeah. Now,
Wow.
granted, if you have a policy in place already before everything, popped off, and then you do develop the coronavirus, you're fine. Your policy was in place.
Right. And that's the importance of having life insurance already in place. And to just, what about now? What if someone wants to get life insurance right now? Is it
They can,
possible?
yeah, definitely. I wrote 2 policies today.
Okay.
Husband and wife. Yeah, so
Okay.
you can still get life insurance.
See, ladies and gentlemen, you hear that? You can get life insurance right now. And where are you located?
South Carolina. I'm licensed in South Carolina, Georgia, and Virginia.
And if someone wanted to get in contact with you for, life insurance, how would they be able to, get in contact with you?
Yes, they can send me an email to Kima.Bowers, which is spelled TIKIMA.BOWERS @gmail.com, or they can reach me by phone at 404-450-9043.
Yes, I think that is really, important. And not only that, she does life insurance, and not only that, she makes you feel good by, helping models, if you're an inspiring model as well, they can contact you through the same information as well.
Absolutely. Yes, most definitely.
Wonderful. I'm so excited. Now, last but not least, this is the Homeless Diary, right? And I go around and, just get advice and tips and just talk about, homeless issues as well, because I instruct, I go to churches, and I go to homeless individuals and try to motivate them to be self-sufficient. Now, have you ever been homeless and before?
Yes, I have been homeless. I have been homeless on numerous occasions. I've slept in my car. I've slept on couches. Um, it's not a good feeling. That's why I choose to remain humble each and every day, because God brought me through a lot, and I'm so grateful. And anything can change in a blink of an eye, in a second, in a minute, in an hour, in a day. So, yeah, I have been homeless. I have experienced homelessness.
And how have you, overcome your homeless barriers?
Well, it wasn't easy. Of course, I did what I had to do. I had to take ownership. I had to take control of my situation. And I had to stop blaming my circumstances. I had to stop blaming other people. And I had to change my mindset that, hey, I can do better. I can do this. I can overcome this situation. There were times where I was homeless and I didn't have a vehicle, but I had to walk. I had to take the bus to work. I had to save my money. I had to live a frugal lifestyle. I had to speak words of affirmation over myself. And another thing I did as well is I applied for many programs as I could apply for. I mean, some of the programs weren't that great, but it was a start. So I really had to dig myself out of that homelessness, out of that depressing state, out of that woe is me, I'm a victim. I had to really pull myself out of that and not be defeated.
So right now, homelessness is a new topic now, when people won't be able to pay for their rent the next following month. Do you feel that, we will continue to help each other with the organizations, or do you feel that, the homeless rate will continue to rise?
I think that if we don't help one another, the homeless rate will begin to rise. But I think that the plan that they put in place as far as stopping the eviction, and I believe they're giving everyone at least 12 months, to pay their rent or catch up on their rent. They can't be evicted at this time. I think that's very good, because it's not their fault that we're in a global pandemic. It's not their fault that they can't go to work. It's not their fault that they're on unemployment. So the economy is definitely going to be a mess. And I hope and pray that we can get the situation under control, because I would hate to have, more homeless people out on the street because of something that was out of their control.
Yes, I'm already hearing people saying that, why they're not going to be able to pay for the back rent. You know what I mean? Especially here, in California, our rent is from, 2000 and up, right? Yeah. So some people saying that, I'm not going to be able to pay the back rent. So I'm going to go ahead and live with my mother. I'm going to go ahead and live, start living in the shelter right now. How do you feel? Do you feel people are automatically going to get jobs like right off the back and pay the back rent, or will people?
I don't know. I really think that we all should just play it by ear and take one day at a time and just deal with that, cross that bridge when we get there. But as far as the jobs, I just hope and pray that we can stabilize the economy and people are able to go back to work. I know that, businesses are already, they're already failing. They're going out of business right now.
And basically, so what you're saying is just take it day by day. Don't do any rational decisions right now.
Yes. And also now is the time to discover your gifts and to discover your talents, so that when you do come out of this quarantine, you have your business plan together. You have, something where you can not depend on a job, because these jobs are so, they can let you go at any given moment. I mean, we've all been there. We experienced that. So in order for you, yes, right now. So you secure yourself by having your own business, and you can control that.
Right. And it's this, we all thinking about when we going to get back to work, when are we going to be self-sufficient?
Yeah.
How about when are we going to be self-sufficient? Because, we scared that, we're not being taken care of, and being at someone's job is basically being taken care of.
Yes.
I don't admit that, but that's being taken care of.
Yeah, I'll tell you, there were some guys in Charlotte, and they took photos of the city and they made puzzles out of them for $10, and they sold those puzzles for $60, and they made a killing in the midst of what's going on right now. So that's why I say, we have to discover. We got to get in discovery mode.
You got to get in discovery mode and figuring out your talents and your gifts and knowledge. And if you always like to sew, start sewing. If you love the piano, start getting on the piano and teaching other people how to play the piano.
I've seen people in their homes doing their own nails. And I'm like, wait a minute, you know how to do nails all this time? You could do your own nails. I mean, that's a business right there.
All this time, exactly. All this time.
Yes, you got all this talent.
Right. Now, this is wonderful. Now, do you have any, for anyone that's looking out there, and do you have any questions, for the world, to ask themselves or for someone to ask the next neighbor or just in general, any questions just to ask the world that's out there, since we have their attention?
Yes. Well, I love the book of Esther, and in the Bible. And I love to ask this question: are you an Esther, or are you a Vashti? Esther took a stand. Esther came from nothing. All odds were against her. And she fought not for herself, she fought for her country. So my question to you: are you going to fight for yourself? Are you going to fight for your family? Are you going to fight, or are you going to play a victim? Are you going to be defeated? Because you are more than a conqueror.
Ooh, I love that. That is wonderful. And we're going to end it off on that.
Thank you so much. Turn it. Told y'all I was coming. Thought I was playing, huh? I said one day I'll be on, one day I'll be good. One day make it out the hood and hope I'm living good. I said one day I be on, one day I be good. One day make it out the hood and hope